What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Fortnite Cross G.I. Joe Snake Eyes 0-Point Edition. And so here we have 0-Point Snake Eyes posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. Snake Eyes does come with his falchion, which looks really nice. I do like it. And then it does come with a scabbard. He also does come with a variety of other weapons. We do get a boogie bomb, which looks really nice. We get a grenade. We get a chill grenade. We get a harpoon launcher. We get the clinger. We get a submachine gun. We do get a legendary grenade launcher. And then we get a left hand with a shuriken in it. Other than that, Snake Eyes here doesn't come with any other accessories. So with that out of the way, let's actually take a closer look at Snake Eyes. And so here we have a closer look at the 0-Point Snake Eyes, and I have to say I do like the color scheme on this figure. Now, there's really nothing too new on this figure, that I should say. There are some new parts on him which we'll get a look at right now, but for the most part, this is Ninja Commando Snake Eyes, just done in a different paint app. If I can bring in Ninja Commando Snake Eyes right here, essentially they're the same figure with the exact same sculpt, exact same overlay. So there's really not too much going on different in terms of sculpt. They're basically the exact same figure. And the only thing that really separates them is their paint scheme. I do like the silver right here on Snake Eyes' visor, although for me personally, I think the black visor works better for Snake Eyes. It's still a really nice look. If you prefer your Snake Eyes with a silver visor here, this is the way to go. Then we do have a look at something that also separates them, the color of the grenades. As you can see on the original Snake Eyes, they just had black grenades. On this one, you can see they actually did paint the pins on the grenades this time, and not only that, but they do have the boogie bomb color scheme, which I find that really nice. If you really want to take off this bandolier, you can and switch it out with it for the other one. I really do like the color scheme on this Snake Eyes. They did a really good job with it. We have the Articulation logo right here, which looks really nice. The paint apps are good. Really love all the little paint apps here on Snake Eyes. You can see all the little rivets and notches here are done in a really nice silver. On the back you can see more of the Articulation and more paint work here. And overall this figure has some pretty good paint apps. I'm not gonna lie, I do like it. On his shoulder, this is one point that Hasbro really wanted to point out, is that he finally has the G.I. Joe emblem on his shoulders. I don't know why that was a point that they had to point out, but it is on the figure listings, so that is a little bit interesting. As far as the rest of the figure goes, he is just cast in this really nice black plastic with some grays right here, which do look nice. I want to say that the gray is the base color and then the black is painted over. It could be different depending on which part of his body you are looking at, but yeah, overall I do like the way this figure came out. I am a little bit upset at how they did his holsters right here. Now, as you can see, he does take a little sample from the original Snake Eyes, where we have a knife and a firearm on this side. However, I'm not a fan of how they did this. This is one solid piece. I don't like when they make the holster and gun one piece. I would have preferred having a holster with a removable gun. Same thing with the knife. The knife is just in here with the sculpt. This is just one solid sculpt. So yeah, it's a little bit frustrating when they do this. You can't really take the knife out. This is one solid sculpt, and then the gun is also part of the holster. So yeah, not a fan of that. I'm also not a fan of the gray on Snake Eyes. I would have preferred a much darker gray. If anything, a black would have also looked really nice there. I do like the gloss on the knee pads. That does work for the figure. And then we do have the wraps going around his knees. Then we go on to his shin pads, which you can see the exact same thing we saw with the Ninja Commando Snake Eyes, just with different finishes on the plastic. So there is that, and then the shoes are the exact same. So overall, the Snake Eyes has some pretty good sculpt work. It's one of my favorite Snake Eyes sculpts, so it's a really nice figure. I do like what they did with it. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Snake Eyes compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Snake Eyes posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Snake Eyes posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we do have Snake Eyes posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have 0 Point Snake Eyes posed next to Ninja Commando Snake Eyes, Alpha Commando Snake Eyes, and the Origin Snake Eyes. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to Snake Eyes Articulation. Now, if you have the Ninja Commando Snake Eyes, you pretty much know what you have. We do have a ball hinge here at the head, which does let him look up about that far. I believe mine might be a little bit stiff right here, because that ball joint, or that ball hinge, should move around freely, and I just gotta get it loose a little bit. But yeah, he does have a ball hinge, which does let him look up and down, as well as turn left and right. He does have a ball joint at the neck, which does pivot side to side, as well as forward and back as well. We do have butterfly joints, which do pivot forward and back, so that moves really nicely. Arms do go out to the side, no problem. He does a full 360. We have a swivel here at the bicep, double bend here at the elbow. You just gotta watch out for his belt piece right here, which you can move further up if you really wanted to. We do have an up and down hinge here on his wrist, as well as rotation, and I believe it's the same on both hands. Yes, he does have up and down hinge on the right hand as well. He does have a very deep crunch, which I really do like that. It goes forward and back really nicely. We do have rotation here at the waist, as well as a ball joint here, which does let him move around nicely. Legs do kick forward and back because they are on that drop down hinge, and yeah, because of the way the knife is sculpted, it kind of gets in the way, and it's the same with his gun. This should have been removable, to be quite honest. He does have a thigh swivel, which works really nicely. Then we do have a knee, double knee, which goes back about that far. We do have rotation here at the boot, hinge here at the ankle, going back and forward, and then finally forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, Snake Eyes here has some pretty good articulation. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the 0 Point Snake Eyes pose for my final thoughts, and overall I really do like the way the Snake Eyes came out. I really do like the color scheme on him. The darker grays with the blacks look really nice. I'm not a fan of how they did his sidearm in his holster and his knife. I would have much rather those be separate accessories than one sculpt that is just there. I really don't like it when companies make those false weapons and they really don't come out. That's one thing I would have really given this figure, is a knife and a second handgun. But overall, I do like the way the Snake Eyes came out. Now, I can see a lot of people avoiding this figure because of its ties to Fortnite. Me personally, I've never played Fortnite. I really can't get into it, and it's not my cup of tea, but I really did like the way Snake Eyes looked overall, and I thought some of the machine guns would work with G.I. Joes. The short answer is no, they're a little too cartoony, but you can use these with your Fortnite Victory Royale figures. I think those would look good with them. I don't have any figures to compare them with, but overall, this Snake Eyes is a very well done figure. Now, is he worth the price of admission? Well, on Hasbro Pulse, this Snake Eyes is $40, or at least he was at the time I'm making this video. He is sold out, so you're gonna have to go to secondhand market for this figure, which I honestly haven't looked up yet. That's up in the air, and it really depends if you really want this figure. I do like the color scheme on him, even though I prefer the all black Snake Eyes. I do respect this black and gray version of Snake Eyes, and I do like the silver visor, even though I'm more of a fan of the black visor. This is still a very solid figure to have, and he comes with a lot of accessories, so I do like that. Overall, if you're a fan of Snake Eyes and Fortnite, I can see people picking up this figure. If you're not a fan of Fortnite, I can see people passing on it, but overall, I do like the way it came out. It does look like a really good Snake Eyes figure, and it is a good Snake Eyes figure. So if you're a fan of Snake Eyes, you're going to want to have this guy in your collection. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other G.I. Joe videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.